Bergson,
Here.
Carter,
Here.
Cowart,
Present.
Esri,
Here.
Harper, Hartke,
Here.
James,
Here.
Jay,
Here.
Kibler,
Here.
Langenheim,
Here.
Maxwell, McGuire,
Here.
Michaels, Mitchell,
Here.
Petrie, Quisenberry, Richards,
Here.
Rosales,
Here.
Schrader, Schwartz, Kurtz.
Here. All right, before the prayer, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to remember the 20 beautiful children and 6 brave adults who tragically lost their lives at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. Please, a moment of silence. Thank you. And now the prayer. May we come to understand that blessings are everywhere, that our attitude will affect outcomes, that challenges are often gifts in disguise. May we come to trust that most things can get better with time, that our instincts and gut feelings have value, that a positive attitude makes things go smoother. May we come to see that we have many skills and talents we can use, that we are a positive influence on many people, that there are those around us who wish us well. May we come to value that today is a blessing to be enjoyed, that each person is unique and important, and that each moment of our life has meaning. Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please read the notice of the meeting?
Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the County Board, Champaign County, Illinois will convene on December 20th, 2012, 7 p.m. in the Wild Shields Meeting Room, Brookins Administrative Center, 1776 East Washington Street, Urbana, Illinois, in said county for the purpose of allowing and ordering payments of claims against the county, receiving and acting upon reports of committees and such other matters as may be brought before said meeting, which said meeting shall continue in session from day to day until the completion of said business.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda and addendum.
Motion to receive and place
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you please, I'd like the motion to receive on file, place. Mr. Mitchell, second by Mr. James. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the agenda and addenda. I'm removing item 12D and item A3 from the ELOC committee agenda. I'd like a motion to approve the agenda and amend. Mr. So moved. Second by Mr. James. Any discussion? Mr. Alex.
I'd just like to note that the FOP corrections ratification vote failed, so the finance items related to SLEP eligibility and the tentative approval of that contract have been removed from the consent agenda.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Date and time of the next regular meetings are all listed. First one will be Friday, January 4th at 9 a.m. for the Highway and Transportation Committee. And as we move down the line, each of you please check on each of your meetings sessions so that you have it for your calendar. I'd like to waive the rules at this point and ask for a motion to change the rules so the COW on January 15th can be at 6:30 p.m. Ms. Petrie.
So moved.
Thank you. Do you have a second? Ms. Cowart. Thank you. Any discussion? Mr. James.
Can I ask why we're moving the time?
Yes, sir. There's been a number of concerns among our caucus. When cows come up, we just don't have enough time for a half hour. And 5 o'clock, if we move the caucus back to 5, many who work just can't get there in time. So for this one meeting.
Just this one
Just
meeting?
one meeting, yeah. Okay. This is just the one meeting in COW until we can decide if we want to change the rules permanently. But this one meeting, I'm asking for a 6:30 time start.
Okay. And if I may, the only problem I have with some of us that live out of the area that have to drive here, if we go home to enjoy a meal, because some of us work till 5, it's always been conducive for us to just hit the road and get here and do without the food. But now if I go home and lounge around and get comfortable and then have to come to a meeting later, maybe I'm off track there. But anyway, it'd be hard. I'd rather have it early.
So is there any opposition to that? Any other further discussion? Mr. Richards?
I think 6:30 is a step forward, and I hope in the future that we'll consider looking at moving it back to 7 like we used to do committee meetings. Of course, we can hear from everybody. I know people like it at 6 too, but that's my 2 cents. 6:30 is great. 7:30 would be really great. I'm sorry, 7.
Right now on the table, we have 6:30. Any further discussion on 6:30 for the next cow? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Consent agenda. Does anyone want to remove any of the items from that consent agenda tonight, other than Mr. Alex alluded to? Okay. Can I have a motion to, I'm sorry, well. Oh, okay. Let me get it out. Okay. Mr. Esri, first, a second to approve the consent agenda? Okay. Mr. Langenheim, thank you. Any discussion on that? All right. All in favor, please. What? Roll call, sorry. I'll get there. Roll call, please.
Alex? Yes. Bergson? Yes. Carter? Yes. Cowart? Yes. Esri? Yes. Hartke? Yes. James? Yes. Jay? Yes. Kibler? Yes. Langenheim? Yes. McGuire? Yes. Michaels? Yes. Michaels? Or sorry, Mitchell?
Yes.
Petrie? Yes. Richards? Yes. Rosales? Yes. Schwartz? Yes. Kurtz?
Yes. Thank you. Public participation. I just want to remind those who are speaking this evening that we have a 5-minute rule and that it will be enforced. Let's first bring up Mr. John Fawney and Barbara Ramsey.
Good evening. It's my great pleasure to introduce Barbara Ramsey, and we've met with most of you this evening. Barbara will be joining our office, the auditor's office, as the Chief Deputy Auditor and Accounting Manager. Barbara comes to the county after a distinguished career with the City of Champaign and the Champaign School District. She'll be joining us in January after she can tie up some loose ends there. Barbara's a CPA. She has her MBA from the University of Dallas. She's active in the community. She's a member of the Promise Healthcare Board that operates Francis Nelson Health Center. She's active in her church community, and we're really excited to have her join us. So I'd like to introduce you to Barbara Ramsey. Barbara.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to being here, and hopefully I can make a significant contribution to the county. Thank you.
And we thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Drive home safely.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. Mr. Jeremy Bamberg. Thank you, Mr. James.
Good evening, everyone. This is my first statement before the new board. Which is funny to me because it's a lot of familiar faces, just different folks sitting at the front of the room. For instance, Al, I really appreciated your comments before the meeting on the 11th. Although I would suggest to you that some of the members of the public are aware of the tremendous amount of work, both in the public view and behind closed doors, which operating the county board requires. I would also like to point out to you that when you spoke of your attendance at the drug court graduation, you left out an important detail. The fact that our drug court began operations in 1999. I appreciate that you are proud of the 194 graduates that the program has produced in its 14-year existence. But I think it would have been appropriate for you to put your support behind the expansion of a program which has graduated an average of only 14 individuals a year in a county which deals with hundreds, if not thousands, of addiction-related crimes each year. Further, I'd like to know if you would take the same pride in a program which kept addicts out of the criminal justice system entirely by diverting their cases pre-trial and providing them with the support and services they need to get well and stay well. I'd also like to highlight the ILPP representative's comments that, in his experience helping hundreds of counties improve their criminal justice systems, local officials often do not have the big picture perspective needed to make progress towards the most efficient, humane system possible. The most striking example of this is that Mr. Voorhees covered was Champaign's lack of a risk assessment tool. Risk assessment instruments are an expected, standard part of the operation of a modern criminal justice system. In addition, the Community Justice Task Force, in particular, criminal justice system expert and task force member Lynn Branham, has repeatedly called for the initiation of a risk assessment process in Champaign. This is just one example, Mr. James, of a new initiative that the task force proposed in its report to you in November. Speaking of the task force, I've got a couple of comments on the discussion around that last week as well. First, I found it curious that Ms. Busey stated that the project planning team was composed of staff when the majority of its members are elected officials. The sheriff, the state's attorney, Judge Stefanis, and 2 county board members, presumably now Stan James and his vice chair, serve on the team, which is responsible for providing the infrastructure for the jail space improvement project. Second, I would like to speak to Stan James's repeated calls for involvement in the task force by representatives of the periphery of the county. The proportion of the unincorporated areas of this county, which is non-white, is 16%. And Rantoul, which includes well over half of the constituents that you, Mr. James, represent, is 23.31% non-white at the time of the 2000 census. I hope to see the demographics of your constituency reflected in your advocacy around the task force in the future. Thank you for your time.
Excuse me. Any other public comment or participation? All right, that's closed right now. Thank you. Let's move on. I'd like the approval of the minutes of November 20. I'm sorry. I missed that one. Communications, please. Any communication? Okay, thank you. Approval of minutes, November 27th, 2012, and December 3rd, 2012, as an omnibus. Motion for both. Can I have a motion, please? Mr. J, second, Mr. Esri. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, let's move to our areas of responsibility. Mr. Langenheim, Environment and Land Use, please, sir. Ralph, would you please turn on your mic? Thank you.
We have 3 recreation and entertainment licenses to be approved, and I suggest that we do it with an omnibus motion for items 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Yeah. Curtis Orchard, Gordyville, Tin Cup, and that's it, 3 of them.
I have a motion, Mr. James, second by Mr. J. Any discussion on these 3 entertainment licenses? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Langenheim. Move on to Ms. Berkson on Justice and Social Services, please.
We now have the new press release in line with what was discussed at the COW meeting, and so I assume the task force is reconstituted, right?
Yes, thank you. That's just notification that we are reconstituting the task force. There will be applications going out for the vacancies. Mr. Alex?
Just one comment on that. I'm happy to see the work of the task force continuing. I would, I guess, like to request that we emphasize to the task force that one thing we'd really like to see is in future recommendations that they try to tie into identifying the extent to which those recommendations are being served by existing programs like more or less completely the extent to which there are existing programs that are similar but may not go far enough as I think we should, and the areas that are not being served. Because I've had a little bit of concern in reading the preliminary report. I understand it was a preliminary report and written by many different people with different perspectives, but I want to make sure that we, as we move forward, make sure that we're not working toward duplication of effort, and we're instead focusing on how we can spend that money most efficiently to do the most good.
I'm hoping we'll have on the new committee some people who are experienced in the diversion programs and so on.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I think we,
That will be integrated in.
All right, one at a time, please.
I think that'd be great, because we do have, I mean, there's always room for improvement. We do have programs in place that I want to make sure that we, and most importantly, that the consultants and so forth are aware of as we're moving forward, because we're going to have to, you know, and over the long term, we're going to have to decide how to allocate our resources to best achieve justice. Thank you. I appreciate the work you're doing.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. James?
What's the time frame on the applications that you're looking at?
It's in the press release. Where is it? February? Something.
But it'll be in the release, is what you're telling me. Thank you.
Applications.
It's all in the press release on page 40,
Friday,
and
January
applications
4th.
are due by January 4th, and the chair will appoint the new members at the COW on January 15th.
Thank you.
And just to add, we're trying to work with consistency, so any of those that were on the task force previously will certainly be able to continue on with the new task force. That'll keep us consistent with keeping the information flowing. Ms. Michaels?
As I look at this on January 4, and the press release is dated the 21st, which is this Friday, that's 2 weeks, and that is also over Christmas and New Year's. Just an FYI.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ms. Astrid. Appreciate that. Policy, personnel, and appointments. Mr. Quisenberry is out tonight, and Mr. Kibler will, as vice chair, take on this responsibility.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There are 3 items up for tonight from Policy, Personnel, and Appointments. First one is adoption of resolution number 8359, appointing Deborah Townsend to the Mental Health Board, term ending 12/31/2016, and I so move.
Thank you. I have a second, please.
Second.
Second by Ms. Petrie. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 2 is adoption of resolution 8371, appointing Julian Rappaport to the Mental Health Board, term ending 12/31/2016, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Langenheim. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Number 3.
Adoption of resolution number 8402, authorizing agreement to become an additional party to intergovernmental agreement to petition U.S. EPA to designate the Mahomet Aquifer as sole source aquifer, and I so move.
Second by Ms. Coward. We have discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
What's that?
Ask for a show.
I'm sorry.
Ask for a show of hands.
Yes, can I have a show of hands in favor of this motion, please? 1, 2, 3. I have 13. Yes, 13. That would carry. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, let's move to finance. Mr. Alex.
Thank you. Finance moves adoption of resolution number 8372, payment of claims authorization. I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. James. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Adoption, we have
I'm sorry.
resolution number 8373 for purchases not following the purchasing policy. I so move.
Second?
Second.
Was that Mr. Langenheim? Ms. Astrid? I'm sorry, Astrid. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chris, before you move on to the next, Roll call votes will be required for the next items. Would you please make sure you open your microphones? It's very important. It will not be recorded unless those microphones are open. So on those roll calls, as we proceed, please keep your microphones open.
But then close it after you vote.
And then close it after you've made your vote, and then we'll have to reopen it again for the next item.
Mine's always.
Mr. Halleck.
I move Resolution 8374, approving budget amendment 12-76 for the treasurer, moving $13 to cover, I've spent more than $13 for the time talking about this already. This is the $13 from extra interest that was moved to the full board by the COW with a recommendation for approval, and I so move.
I can have a second, please, Mr. Esri. Is there any discussion? We need a roll call on $13.
Alex.
Yes.
Bergson.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Cowart.
Yes.
Esri.
Mine's not coming on, but yes.
Is mine's not-
Hartke.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Kibler. Langenheim.
Yes.
McGuire.
Yes.
Michaels.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Petrie.
Yes.
Richards.
Yes.
Rosales.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Kurtz.
Yes.
Next up is resolution number 8404, approving budget amendment 13-7. This is moving $52,880 in the capital asset replacement fund from 2012 budget to the 2013 budget. This is for work that was to be done to the Downtown Correctional Center in accordance with our direction last year, which has been contracted for but has not yet been completed. Total amount is $52,880, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Ms. Michaels. Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alex.
Yes.
Bergson. Carter. Cowart. Esri.
Working now, yes.
Hartke. James.
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Kibler.
Yes.
Langenheim.
Yes.
McGuire.
Yes.
Michaels.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Petrie.
Yes.
Richards.
Yes.
Rosales.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Kurtz.
Yes.
Okay, we now move to the addendum number 2, resolution number 8409, approving budget transfer 12-22. This would move $966 in the Highway Department from full-time employees to official travel. Again, we're cleaning up last year's budget. I so move.
Second by Ms. Cowart. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alex.
Yes.
Bergson. Carter. Cowart. Esri.
Yes.
Hartke. James.
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Kibler. Langenheim.
Yes.
McGuire.
Yes.
Michaels.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Petrie. Richards.
Yes.
Rosales.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Kurtz.
Yes.
Next up is resolution number 8405, for the treasurer. This is moving $1,177 from full-time employees to printing. I so move.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Jay. Any discussion?
Just one correction, it's actually moving the money into regular full-time personnel.
I guess I should have read my notes more closely. No, I did. I had it wrong in the notes, too. I stand corrected.
All right, on the correction, you make that motion. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Ms. Michaels. Any discussion? All in favor? I'm sorry, roll call. I'm moving too quickly there.
Alex.
Slow down.
Yes.
Bergson. Carter. Cowart. Esri.
Yes.
Hartke. James.
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Kibler. Langenheim. McGuire.
Yes.
Michaels.
Yes.
Mitchell. Petrie. Richards.
Yes.
Rosales.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Kurtz.
Yes.
Next up is, excuse me, resolution 8406. Budget transfer 12-24 for supervisor assessments, moving $7 from stationery and printing to appointed official salary. I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. James. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alex?
Yes.
Bergson?
Yes.
Carter? Cowart? Esri?
Yes.
Hartke? James?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Kibler? Langenheim?
Yes.
McGuire?
Yes.
Michaels?
Yes, Mr. James Brokar, speak.
Mitchell? Petrie? Richards?
Yes.
Rosales?
Yes.
Schwartz? Kurtz?
Yes.
Okay, it gets better. Now we have Resolution 8408, budget transfer 12-25 for the recorder, moving $4 from office supplies to full-time employees. I so move.
Second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Esri. Any discussion on this $4? Thank you.
I have, at least we count every dollar here.
There you go. Okay, thank you, Mr. McGuire. Roll call, please.
Alex?
Yes.
Bergson? Carter? Cowart? Esri?
Yes.
Hartke? James?
Yes.
Jay? Kibler? Langenheim?
Yes.
McGuire?
Yes.
Michaels?
Yes.
Mitchell? Petrie? Richards?
Yes.
Rosales?
Yes.
Schwartz? Kurtz?
Yes.
Okay, next we have Resolution 8411, budget amendment 12-80 for the circuit court, moving $5,225 of revenue from probation services fees to cover overage and health insurance costs for the technology coordinator in the court automation fund. I so move.
Second.
Second.
Mr. J. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alex?
Yes.
Bergson?
Yes.
Carter? Cowart? Esri?
Yes.
Hartke? James?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Kibler? Langenheim?
Yes.
McGuire?
Yes.
Michaels?
Yes.
Mitchell? Petrie? Richards?
Yes.
Rosales?
Yes.
Schwartz? Kurtz?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 8410, budget amendment 12-81 for highway, acknowledging the $625,000 contribution received from IDOT under the Truck Access Route Program toward the repaving of County Highways 8 and 30, and I so move.
Second by Ms. Coward. Any discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Alex?
Yes.
Bergson?
Yes.
Carter? Cowart? Esri?
Yes.
Hartke? James?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Kibler?
Yes.
Langenheim?
Yes.
McGuire?
Yes.
Michaels?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Petrie?
Yes.
Richards?
Yes.
Rosales?
Yes.
Schwartz? Kurtz?
Yes.
That's a good reason.
Hold on, please.
Only 8 mics can be on at a time, so
Oh,
that's
that's
why you're having trouble turning a mic on. If you're the 9th one, it won't go on, so as you're doing these votes, if you can turn it on when you vote and turn it off after you vote, that would be great. Thanks.
Ah, now we know. Thank you, Stan. You're very welcome. Mr. Alex, continue, please.
Finally, we have Resolution 8407, budget amendment 12-82 for animal control. This is an increase of $2,970 in expenditures to cover increased salary costs in animal control due to the labor contract having been settled after budget time. I so move.
Mr. Kibler. I got it right now. Jeff, I got it right. It's not going to happen again.
Give you a cookie.
A discussion, I think, is Petrie, raise your hand.
I have an information question as I was looking this one over. Under full-time employees, the first line, I'm on page 17. The beginning budget is $95,180. How many employees does that include?
I will let Ms. Busey field that if she can.
I believe 247, we just split this department into separate budgets this year, and I believe 247 is animal patrol, which is the wardens, and there are 4.
So then if I follow down on 248,
That would be the kennel, animal impound, and there are maybe 2 full-time and 6 part-time employees in that department.
all right, thank you very much.
Any other further discussion on that issue? We'll get it right. Any other further discussion on this issue? Or roll call, please.
Alex?
Yes.
Bergson?
Yes.
Carter? Cowart? Esri?
Yes.
Partke? James?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Kibler?
Yes.
Langenheim?
Yes.
McGuire?
Yes.
Michaels?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Petrie?
Yes,
Richards?
Yes.
Rosales?
Yes.
Schwartz? Kurtz?
Yes.
That is it for finance. Thank you.
Other business, these are some appointments that we have to complete. First, appointment of the Assistant Deputy Chair to the Justice and Social Services Area Responsibility and Committee of the Whole, and I'm recommending for your approval Mr. Ralph Langenheim. May I have a motion to approve, please? Mr. Mitchell first. Can I have a second, please? Mr. James, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Appointment of Vice Chair of County Facilities Standing Committee. Mr. Quisenberry is my recommended choice. May I have a motion for that appointment, please?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Alex, second by Mr. Esri. Any discussion on Mr. Quisenberry? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Appointment of Vice Chair on Highway and Transportation Standing Committee. Mr. Lloyd Carter is my choice. Motion by Mr. James, second by Mr. McGuire. And any discussion and approval, please? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much. We have one further, an addendum on number E. This is appointment of Mr. Stan James as the liaison to the Region 8 Human Services Transportation Plan Policy Committee. May I move, have a motion to approve that? Ms. Cowart is first. Mr. Jay is second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. New business? I have no new business. Any new business? I call for adjournment. May I have a motion? So moved by Mr. James, second by Mr. Esri. All in favor for motion? Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned.